Good morning students. We are going to study chemistry for class 6th. This is video number 4 for the second chapter, elements and compounds. Okay, let us start the video. In this video we will study the first topic, molecular formula or chemical formula. In the last video I already told you about molecular formula, that a molecule can be represented or can be written in the terms of formula, and that is known as molecular formula. Molecular formula is also known as chemical formula. Let us see its definition. Molecular formula represents the composition of a molecule of an element or a compound. So molecular formula shows us the composition. Composition means what is that molecule composed of, or what is that molecule made up of. Now you know the molecule, there are of two types of molecules, molecule of element and molecule of compound. So depending, there are two types of formulas also, formula of element and the second one is formula of compound. Formula of element tells us number of atoms of the particular element present in a molecule. You know, an element, it is made up of only one kind of atoms. So if we are taking one molecule of that element, by its formula we will come to know how many atoms are present in that one molecule, and that you have already studied. That term is atomicity. Atomicity is the number of atoms present in a molecule of an element. Okay, and how are we going to come to know that? By looking at the formula, by looking at the number that is written at the subscript. Subscript means below. So in small letters it will be written like I have written here. This is the formula for hydrogen, H2. By this you come to know what? That two atoms of hydrogen combine to form a molecule of hydrogen. Okay, so its atomicity is 2 and this is a formula of the element hydrogen. Next is helium. See, no number is written here. If nothing is written in the subscript, that means it is understood as 1. 1 you can avoid writing. That means a molecule of helium consists of only one atom of helium. Okay. Then next is oxygen. It is very simple. Two atoms are there. So a molecule of oxygen consists of two atoms of oxygen. Next nitrogen. Its atomicity is also 2. Next chlorine. Then phosphorus. Phosphorus, I told you, it is included in that polyatomic molecules. So in a molecule of phosphorus, 4 atoms are there. 4 atoms combine to form one molecule. Then sulfur, you see S8 is there. That means 8 atoms of sulfur combine to form a molecule of sulfur. Alright. Now the second one, formula of a compound. Formula of a compound tells us number of atoms of different elements present in a molecule of the compound. What does it say? It tells us the number of atoms of different elements present in a molecule of the compound. You know, compound is always made up of different kind of atoms. So when we look at the formula, we'll come to know how many types of atoms are there and what is their number. Okay, let us see the examples. Like in H2O, this is one molecule of water. So by looking at this formula, we come to know that water is formed by combining hydrogen and oxygen, and that also in what ratio? In 2:1 ratio. 2:1 means 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen combine to form a molecule of water. Okay. Now the next one is nitric acid, HNO3. Here you see 3 different types of atoms are there, and by looking at the formula you can say the number of atoms present in one molecule also. If nothing is written, that means what? It is taken as understood as 1. So 1 hydrogen, 1 nitrogen and 3 atoms of oxygen combine to form one molecule of nitric acid. Next one is HCl. Here also nothing is written in the subscript, that means 1. So 1 atom of hydrogen and 1 atom of chlorine combine to form one molecule of HCl. Then next is NaCl, common salt. In this one atom of sodium combines with 1 atom of chlorine to form a molecule of NaCl. Okay students, now we'll see what information you should have for writing the molecular formula. For writing the molecular formula of an element, it is very easy. You just need to know its atomicity. Okay, just like for carbon, if we have to write, we will write the symbol of carbon and its atomicity. Okay, like this we can write One more example we can take for writing for hydrogen. You write the symbol of hydrogen and its atomicity. You know what is the atomicity of hydrogen? It is 2. So you can write 2 like this. Okay, in the subscript. One more example, phosphorus we can take. You write the symbol of phosphorus and you write its atomicity as a subscript. Okay, that is for writing the molecular formula of an element. But if you have to write the molecular formula of the compound, you should have certain information. That points we will see here. The first one is the symbol of the elements present in the compound. You should know what is that compound made up of. What are the elements that are present. Okay, and the second one is the combining capacity of the element, and that combining capacity has got a term, and that is valency. What is valency? It is how an atom reacts with the atoms of other element. How is it going to combine? We will see both these points with the help of one example. Like if we see HCl, we know the formula for hydrogen chloride is HCl. From this you come to know that HCl is composed of hydrogen and chlorine, isn't it? So that first point is proved here. The symbol of the elements present. I know in HCl hydrogen and chlorine are there and their symbols are H and Cl. So that you should write, and from this you come to know the valency also. Here if nothing is written, you know actually what is it? 1 and 1. That means one atom of hydrogen combines with one atom of chlorine to form a molecule of HCl. So from here we can say the valency of hydrogen is 1. And the same way the valency of chlorine also is 1. Alright. Now we will see the rules for writing the formula of a compound. So here are the rules. The first one, write the symbol of each element. Second, write the valency of each element above its symbol. Third, cancel the common factors in valency. And fourth, interchange the valencies and write as subscript. In your book, the rules are given in a little different way, but I recommend you to follow these rules. These are simpler rules and you will understand better in this way. Okay, let us take one example and apply all these rules. One formula we are going to make here for hydrogen chloride, that is HCl. Let us see how do we reach to that formula. So we know hydrogen chloride, it is made up of hydrogen and chlorine. So the first step, write the symbol of each element. We are going to write the symbol. You know, symbol for hydrogen is H and that for chlorine is Cl. Like this you write. Then write the valency of each element above its symbol. For this point you should learn the valencies. See children, valency is a very broad term. You have only understood, means from the surface only you have understood it. Okay, so it's better for you to learn few valencies of the compounds, and in detail you will study in the higher sections. Alright. So valency you should know, like I know the valency of hydrogen is 1 and Cl is also 1. So write the valency of each element above its symbol. For hydrogen I am going to write here 1 and for chlorine I am going to write here 1. Okay. Then cancel the common factors in valency. Is there a common factor here? Actually cancelling common factors means just like you have studied in maths. For a fraction you reduce it to the lowest term. Isn't it? The same way, if the valencies have got a common factor, then you can cancel it out. Alright. That means if they are divisible by a particular number, by a common number, you can take that number and cancel the valencies. Here we see they are not, they cannot be simplified anymore. Already they are in the simplest form, so we need not do that point. We cannot cancel anything. Then interchange the valencies and write as subscript. So we are going to interchange them. This one goes here and this one comes here. So we can write them as subscript H1 and Cl1. And I already told you, writing 1 we can avoid. So what comes out to be the formula for hydrogen chloride is simply HCl. Understood? We can take one more example for this. For magnesium oxide, we can make the formula. So magnesium oxide, we know it is made by combining magnesium and oxygen. So first write what? Write the symbol of each element. So the symbols I am going to write here. Magnesium Mg and oxygen O. Then we have to write the valencies of magnesium and oxygen above them. The valency of magnesium is 2 and for oxygen is also 2. Okay. Then cancel the common factors. Now we know this 2 and 2, they can be divided by a term 2, isn't it? Number 2 can divide both of them. So we will cancel. So 2 1s are 2 and 2 1s are 2. Okay. Now cross the valencies. Now here 1 is left, that 1 will be taken here, and here 1 is left, that 1 will be taken here. Okay. And that we can write Mg1O1. So we can again take it as MgO. You know, writing 1 we can avoid. We can take one more formula. We can write for water. Okay. Like for water, you know, it is made by combining hydrogen and oxygen. So we will write this. Okay. Hydrogen here and oxygen here. Then above this we will write their valencies. Hydrogen, I already told you, the valency is 1, and for oxygen the valency is 2. Okay. Then we will see if any common factor is there. I don't think any common factor is there. 1 and 2, they can't be divided by a common term, so leave it. Directly cross or interchange the valencies. Okay. Then here comes 2 and here comes 1. We can avoid writing this 1 and directly we can write it as H2O. Alright. Now we'll study about the significance of molecular formula of a compound. Here are they. The name of the compound. Second, the elements constituting the compound. And the third, the number of atoms of various elements present in one molecule of that compound. Okay, let us understand this with the help of one example. There is a compound sulfuric acid and its molecular formula is H2SO4. Sulfuric acid is its common name. The chemical name, by looking at the formula, we can first tell the name of the compound. The chemical name is hydrogen sulfate. How did I come to know? Because hydrogen is there. So I say hydrogen, and the name of this radical is sulfate. So it is hydrogen sulfate. Okay. Now the second, the elements constituting the compound. Elements means what is it made up of. If I tell you sulfuric acid, then you won't understand what is it made up of, which elements are present. But when you look at the formula, you understand that 3 elements are there: hydrogen, sulfur and oxygen. Okay, so the second point is also clear, that you come to know about the elements present in the compound. Then the third one, how many atoms of each element are there in that one molecule of the compound. So here, by looking at these numbers, the subscripts, you come to know how many atoms of each element are there. Like I can say, one molecule of sulfuric acid is formed by combining 2 hydrogen, 1 sulfur and 4 atoms of oxygen. Okay. Okay students, that's all for this video. In this video we studied about molecular formula, then rules for writing the molecular formula and its significance. The chapter is over today. You can start writing the question answers. In the last video I told you to write the short answers. Now you can continue writing the short answers, complete it, and after that write the long answers also from the study material that is given. And there is some homework for you people, note it down. Write the chemical formula for the following. Today only we studied the method for writing the chemical formula. Apply those rules and write these formulas. Okay. The first, water. Second, carbon dioxide. Third, zinc sulfide. And fourth, calcium oxide. Thank you.